The reason that Elizabeth had his mother killed is because she had been influenced.
Could I say this?
Yeah.
They were showing that on cable this past week about her. And about Mary, Queen Elizabeth was afraid of her taking her throne, but she had an heir to the throne.
What was taking place here was, when you go deep and check out what was happening, there was the reason that Elizabeth had King James' mother executed was because she was trying to bring back the Roman Catholic order with idolatry worship. King James and Elizabeth was coming out.
They brought that in that movie.
Yeah.
They brought that out in that movie.
Because it was dealing, religion in the Vatican City was dealing with idolatry then. So the Jesuit order was being established by this particular guy. If I could find this book right quick. It was Ignatius of Loyola, by a white guy named Ignatius of Loyola. And he had set up the Jesuit order with these white popes that was in authority. And his whole aim was to overthrow the Israelites throughout Europe and throughout the world.
Definitely looked like a demon. All he needed is a pair of horns.
Witchcraft.
Because all he needed is a pair of horns.
He was born in 1491, and he died in 1556. So it was right up around the era of Elizabeth, you see. And Elizabeth was ruling during his lifetime, and he was trying to infiltrate through the confessional. This is how the Jesuit order infiltrated the Israelites in Europe and throughout Asia.
Who's that book by?
This is by, let's see if there's an author name on here. Might not be.
Well,
Spiritual Exercise Selection, the classic of Western spiritual exercise.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
By George E. Gans, S.J. You read it on the inside of the book. Right here in the back. By George S. Gans.
Give the camera a minute.
George E. Gans. S.J. All right?
Okay.
Now, these Jesuits had already influenced Mary, Queen of Scotland. And they had got influence on her, and she was trying to overthrow Elizabeth. So Elizabeth understood what was going on, so she had her executed. From that point on, King James became king after Mary was killed, king of Scotland. This guy, Ignatius of Loyola, set up the order of the Jesuit, and his whole mission was to overthrow Israel throughout Europe. And he did a good job of it. He infiltrated the Israelites through the parliament, part of the government, and all the way down to Oliver Cromwell. He was part of this Jesuit order, which is information not brought out. Now, this particular guy influenced Mary, Queen of Scots, to try to overthrow Elizabeth. And Mary, Queen of Scots, King James' mother, was put to death by the hand of Elizabeth, by her order. As we move on, eventually what happened was that the Israelites, there was a war going on under Oliver Cromwell and the other whites throughout Europe. And they eventually took down the Israelites. In 1453, Constantinople fell. And then the Spanish came into Spain after the Arab invasion. After the 900s, Muhammad came into Spain around the 9th century. Then later on, the Spanish whites conquered the area of Spain and conquered the Arabs. Now, in this particular article, in this book, we're moving on. I just showed you King James, and I just showed you pictures of King James during the 1500s to 1600s when he ruled. I mentioned Shakespeare, and we had documents on Shakespeare as being black. What I'm going to show you here is a picture of Shakespeare. He was part of All the King's Men. Horatio Jones was the name that I was having a little problem with, that the guy that designed the theaters and so forth for Shakespeare and Ben Jonson in their writings. His name is Nishio Jones. He was also a black man, an Israelite.
Can I get the name of the book?
The name of this book that I'm going to show you about Shakespeare being black is called The Image of Black in Western Art, Part 4, from the American Revolution to World War I, Part 2.
Harvard.
So this is one of the documents of
Harvard University.
Harvard University. Now what I'm going to show you, I'm going to go into the index of the book, and I'm going to show you what it says in the index on Shakespeare. And I have it highlighted. I have a circle around, so this should circle around the point that I want to make. The camera can move in. It says Shakespeare, William Shakespeare.
Okay, let me get it closer.
I'm going to show you how the scholars know that Shakespeare is black. It says William Shakespeare, page 16. You can read about him on page 16, 62, 63, page 179, page 209, page 155, page 256. Then it goes to N. It says 59. And then it says figure, which is the figure represents the picture of the person that they're talking about. Figure 111. Everybody see that clearly? Figure 111. All right? Let me see if I can put my hand on it. Do it again so I can put my hand on it so the audience can see it. Might be somebody in the audience that's foresighted or nearsighted that can't see it. So here it is, right here. Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. See what it says? This is what we want here. We want to see what the figure looks like of William Shakespeare, figure 111. Now we're going to turn the book and go to figure 111 and see what the figure of William Shakespeare looks like. All right, figure 111, which is a picture of William Shakespeare, by the way. It's right here. This is figure 111. See in the corner of the page? Right here.
It's still. Mm-hmm.
I want my finger by the 111 first. Zoom back. Zoom back. Right there. Figure 111. Come up to that. Figure 111. Now go to his active features, his image of it. Without a shadow of a doubt, you can see that William Shakespeare was a black man.
Hold it still.
William Shakespeare. Now, if you zoom over to the right, you'll see what part he played. He said Othello, smothering
white woman.
Shakespeare was playing in his own role. He played his own role, Shakespeare. He was an actor also.
Mm-hmm.
Without a shadow of a doubt, he was black. Picture William Shakespeare.
That's clear. Let me focus on that for a while. Who's this again? Loud?
This is William Shakespeare. Picture 111, figure 111.
Definitely can see he's black. Look at his face. Look at his arms.
Look at his arms. And you see the woman next to him, the white woman, playing it in the movie. I mean, in the play. This distinctly shows you that William Shakespeare was a black man. And in the index, it tells you to go to figure 111. That's what William Shakespeare looked like. So here's the figure 111.
That's why they got it in that book, Image of the Black Man of Western Art. That's why they got him in that book.
Yeah.
In case some Negroes or Afro-American blacks get dumb out there, that's why it says on the front of that book, the Image of the Black Man of Western Art.
Tell you the image of the black man of Western Art.
So that's Shakespeare.
Right? Now, I'm going to bring you up to a point that was said by, a point that was made by J. Rogers, I mentioned earlier. J. Rogers made a statement about the Israelites, and the statement that he made during the time that the Israelites are so